Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, Cassius Belli, and today we have Rome, Season 2, Episode 7. So, previous episode, we got the end of Cicero, the end of Cassius, and the end of Brutus. And yeah, Octavian and Mark Antony worked very well together, put aside their differences to destroy a common enemy, and yeah, they completely wiped them off the map. Now, the only one left that might be a problem is Sevilla, but at this point, with what's happened to her recently, I don't see her being too much of a threat to anyone except potentially Atia. I don't see any legitimate threat to Octavian, essentially taking over Caesar's position, except for maybe Mark Antony himself. And now that the two are victorious, the big question is what comes next, and can they work together, or is this just the new fight? Yeah, we really don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, situation with Varenus and Titus is as good as it's been for a long time. Titus is about to become a dad, so yeah, that's some good news. But the situation with Varenus and his children is still, very difficult. Better than it has been, but still, it's surface level good. Really, trauma that's never going to heal, and yeah, kind of Varenus is just enjoying the fantasy for now, so to speak. But the big concern there is the third in command may have eyes on the top spot, and that may be a problem for Titus and Varenus, or it could be that that other mob guy, I think his name is Menio, sees that Varenus' one weakness is his children and may be working towards a means of exploiting that for his own benefit. I do worry for the children in this case. I definitely think their situation has greatly improved since, they were forced into slavery. There's still danger out there, and yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. We're over 630 as of the making of this video, which is excellent. Just have to thank everybody that subscribed. But yeah, I just want to keep going. So if you could give a like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever, I'd really appreciate it. With that, let's get right to the episode. It's pretty cool. It's like his death mask.
No more sleep.
So I hate the character, but the actor is quite excellent. And I just feel the need to periodically reiterate that fact.
There and then.
Married Paskar? Good for Paskar, I guess. What the hell is that?
For justice, at ear of the Julii, I call for justice. At ear of the Julii.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, this situation, I don't like it. What the hell is the point of this?
I call for justice. At ear of the Julii.
Give me names. That's awkward. They spoke to me in confidence. I bet they did. You tell your eminent friends to shut their mouths. Tell them to go look on Cicero's hands in the Forum.
I suggest we divide the territory of Rome into 3. Each one of us shall assume command of one region.
But Rome is a very complex machine. One can't simply chop it up like cabbage.
He's gonna do just that, isn't he?
You should have Rome and the West. And I will make do with Egypt and the eastern provinces. Objections?
Rome in the West has what? Rowdy Gauls, Germans, a fractious Senate, all the trouble of keeping the Roman mob happy. The East is where the money is. The grain supply, most of the tax revenue.
Well, all the revenues would be divided equally, of course. What would I get? Yes. Africa.
Interesting.
Memio is dishonest and greedy. Nothing we can do can change that. If he thinks he's deceiving us, then he's happy. And I want everyone to be happy. That's how we keep the peace. We do nothing.
But he's stealing from us.
People who need food are getting fed. What matter where they live exactly?
Interesting take.
You must go to beat her dead.
Calm down. Beat who?
That whore, that Gaia, you beat her dead. Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
What are you going to do now, eh?
Come on, Polo. This is a big mistake. Pissing off the wife, obviously. But also, number 3 is, like, in love with her, so... yeah, it just creates more and more problems. Oh, for God's sake.
Hear him, you crazy bitch.
Speak your piece and then be gone.
Curse this woman. Send her bitterness and despair for all of her life. Let her taste nothing but ashes and iron.
Wow. Well, I didn't see it playing out that way. Jeez. Servant died with her.
Now that is an exit.
I mean, yeah, it really is. Wow.
That was no good.
I understand.
Really, Posca. Ever since you got your freedom, you have become insufferably greedy. Now go home. Have a good lunch. Make love to your pretty young wife. But do stop grubbing about after other people's money.
Interesting. Already seeing cracks in the new triumvirate.
The future of our people is in our hands.
Starting to see the whole storyline with these two and how it ties back in. So Herod is king of Judea. He's corrupt. His people don't like him.
What is 1/3 of 20,000?
Oh boy.
666 or thereabouts.
Do you take me for a fool?
Question after question. Makes a very poor conversation.
Herod has agreed to give you £20,000 of gold. I want my share. I see now that you are still the same crude, arrogant lech you always were.
That's right. Just the same. That's still fucking your mother!
Of course. Is that...
It's nobody. It's just a girl. I'll see you outside.
That's the daughter of Lucius Vorenus.
Please, sir. Don't tell him. He'll kill her.
Oh, he won't go that far, I shouldn't think.
Yes, he will. You know him. He's an animal. He killed my mother. He'd kill me.
Would you do something for me in return?
Anything.
Me and him do a lot of business together. If you kept your ears and eyes open...
This was their plan all along.
If a marriage was to happen between our two houses, no one could doubt all was well.
I don't care if all Italy burns. I'll not marry him.
It's not a bad idea.
What are you doing?
Oh, you scared me. I was looking for you, but you weren't here.
Here I am.
Mark Antony and Octavia got married, not Atia. I was like, what the hell is going on? But I didn't say anything immediately, because I wasn't sure what was happening. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Why did they do it that way?
Anyone who didn't know better might think you were in love with Octavia.
He is. Nobody knows it still, except for Atia. That sucks. I get why, but still, it sucks.
I'd rather eat shit.
Right now, she probably feels cursed.
This is strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you wake in the morning, problem is over.
How's it taste?
If you put it in willow tea, you won't taste it at all.
Wait a minute. Is that for her, or is that for Rennie? Is she really that vindictive? Oh god, I think she is. Come on. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. A ton happened this episode. Right off the bat, the whole thing with Sevilla and cursing Atia to her face before sacrificing herself to cement the curse. I remember Titus saying to Vorenus once, did you kill an animal on it when he cursed his children? And he said no. So he said, see there, the curse isn't sealed. And yeah, Sevilla sealed her curse with her own death, and then her servant followed suit. And probably one of the best lines of the show so far is, now that is an exit. And it really was. So we had the birth of the triumvirate. Octavian, Mark Antony, and Lepidus, I believe his name is, divided up Rome into 3 parts. Mark Antony took the east, Octavian takes the west, and it has all the political power, right? But also all the headaches, all the barbarian tribes. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done there. Mark Antony takes the east, including Egypt, and that's where all the money comes in from the grain. And that set up the whole bribe from the Jewish king, Herod. And yeah, Mark Antony's a greedy son of a bitch, so he tried to keep it all. Causes a huge problem, political rift, which needs to be amended somehow. So they come up with a great idea to, have a public display of unity, a marriage. And the whole time the audience is thinking that Atia and Mark Antony are finally going to get married, only for it to be revealed at the ceremony that Mark Antony is marrying Octavia. And yeah, it makes sense politically. Like they said, if Atia had married Mark Antony, there's already a well-established relationship there, so it's just fan service. This is a real display of political unity in that sense. Like, no, we really are tying our families together, and this is not just, political convenience here. I get all of that. It makes sense. It's just I was not expecting that, and it's a bit weird. Very confusing and not a fan of it in general. Octavia and Agrippa, that relationship is shattered. Atia thinks now that the curse that Sevilla laid on her is legitimate and is actually, taking root, because bad things just keep happening to her ever since then, and the wedding is the first. So yeah, I think Atia is doomed. I don't know how she meets her end, but I think it's definitely going to happen before the show ends. That whole storyline with Menio and his man, we now know exactly what that was. He sent someone to get close to the Vorenus' daughter, and he stumbles upon them in bed, and oh no, what am I to do here? Well, I guess I can keep quiet for a price, that whole thing. And yeah, they now have a spy in Vorenus' camp. It was a bit awkward. The daughter is not that great of an actor, isn't used to this kind of deception. And Vorenus says, picking up on it, like, this is a little weird how you were rummaging through my papers before I entered the room. I think Vorenus is smart enough to pick up on it and figure out what's going on. Now, the whole situation with Titus and the slave girl and Areni is really, really bad. It was bad enough that Titus had sex with her, but now, yeah, I think the slave girl is a bit jealous, and the episode ended with her getting some type of herb that I think induces a miscarriage. And yeah, at first I was thinking that was for her, but then I'm thinking in the moment that maybe this is for Irene, and she's literally going to try to get rid of the baby, and maybe even Irene too, so she can have Titus. Like, this is... I mean, I knew in the moment it was bad that had happened, the affair, but this is way worse. A lot of stuff is in the air. Things are moving fast. Good episode. A lot has happened. Really enjoyable. I just want to say again that the actor that played Sevilla, again, I hate the character. Respect the actor. Did a phenomenal job. Was great in like everything she's done throughout. And that scene was really cool. Didn't see it coming and really sold it, and just a excellent job overall. So I just wanted to say that one more time because, again, I hate Sevilla the character, but the actor's doing just a great job and has throughout. Anytime she was on screen, she was great. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So as always, thanks for watching and peace.